So here's a cool thing. You can actually still get your hands on a PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro 30th Anniversary Edition. We thought this was gone. We thought it was sold out. The scalpers the bot spotted. But you could still get a chance at getting it. But here's the kicker. There's a catch. Let's get into it and Blaze okay. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Let's go.
Let's go.
First things first, check out the links down below for some really cool stuff, including my list of the best PlayStation PS5 Pro accessories, the best TV for your PS5 Pro, the best coffee hands down with the starter kit, with a free starter kit, with a frother, scoop, you name it, nootropic mushroom coffee. You have to try it at least once. Check the links down below, you'll get a cool deal. So Canada, or GameStop Canada, not just Canada, GameStop Canada took to Twitter, or formerly X, and basically put out a tweet saying, we promise to bring the exclusive PS5 30th Anniversary Collection to the truest PlayStation fans, and now it's happening. But don't get too excited just yet. We'll be reaching out to our biggest PlayStation fans among our loyal Onyx members. With a unique chance to purchase select PlayStation 30th Anniversary Collection merchandise. If you receive an invitation, check your email. You'll hear from us within the next 12 hours. Does this apply to you? Are you a GameStop Canada Onyx member? Or is there only about 10 of them in existence? We're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. So basically, GameStop Canada announced a limited edition PS5 Pro for PlayStation's 30th anniversary. Well, PlayStation announced it, but GameStop Canada have been kind of quiet, or PlayStation Canada have been kind of quiet about it, but it seems like GameStop in Canada are going to be selling it, or at least selling it to select people, and those people are Onyx members. You need to be an Onyx member to even attempt to buy one. But you might be asking yourself, what is an Onyx member? Well, an Onyx member at GameStop has to have spent enough to earn about 12,000 points annually, which requires about $6,000 in purchases. And now this isn't just for new members. You need to maintain this spending to stay an Onyx member. And that is absolutely bizarre, absolutely nuts. Can you imagine spending $6,000 annually at GameStop in the year 2024? That is a hell of an investment. And the fact that you need to keep spending that and keep maintaining that momentum to keep your 12,000 points to continue staying an Onyx member, it is absolutely nuts. And you need to be an Onyx member to have a chance of getting this. Now, I understand why they might have done it. After the shambles in the US with the PS5 30th anniversary drop being just thrust online with no requirements about how long you've been a PlayStation member, a PlayStation Network member, a PSN member, no restrictions on like the last time you bought a game, none of that. It was just thrust up onto the website. Anyone that could log in with a PlayStation account was able to buy one. You were able to make a PlayStation account that same day and basically buy the same day. It was absolutely nuts. People bought them, people sold them on eBay, scalped them for 3,000 plus, some at 10 to 20,000, believe it or not. And right now, if you go to eBay and you try and buy one of these things, the cheapest you're going to get it for is about $3,500 minimum. So obviously, PlayStation bungled, absolutely ruined Americans' chances at getting this thing in the US, at least from PlayStation Direct. Well, Canada, props to Canada and props to GameStop Canada, is that they are imposing restrictions. You have to be an Onyx member. But as I said, $6,000 in purchases, 12,000 points annually. That is a heck of a commitment, and there's probably, I can probably count the amount of Onyx members on one hand. That's how crazy it is. Here's a tweet from Skiller. He says, you only need 12,000 points to be an Onyx, and every year after that, you need to maintain 12,000 points to stay in. They remove 6k every 12 months, you're an Onyx member. So if you say a 60k, if you say you're at 60k a year and you don't spend any more money, you have about 10 years of Onyx after that. Is nuts. More angry feedback from angry Canadians. They're not being very polite with this situation. Zephyr says, well, that's hardly fair considering the Edge program has been updating for years now and you can't progress to a higher tier. I can't even upgrade my red to gold anymore. How the heck was I supposed to get Onyx if that process doesn't even exist anymore? Congrats to the 10 Onyx members who are eligible for this. Screw you, considering an Onyx membership is $6,000 annual upkeep if you only buy used games or 12k spend from scratch on new stuff. This is the most obvious payment for entry disguised as for the fans. I couldn't agree more than that. I think a lot of these retailers are taking advantage of the situation. Obviously, there's a lot of nostalgia floating around. PS5 Pro's new. We're starting to see a bunch of cool things, like playing games at 8K, 60 frames a second, 4K 120 frames a second. Absolutely nuts. People are hyped up. People are wanting to feel the nostalgia for PS1, getting their hands on a PS5 Pro 30th anniversary, and GameStop here in Canada are taking advantage of that. Now, why couldn't they just release this in Canada at GameStop? And hell, a lot of Americans would have traveled up to Canada to get their hands on this. Some of them probably would have went to buy it to scalp it on eBay. And I couldn't echo this sentiment more. Paul Voso says, hey GameStop, why can't Americans be cool too? We want the 30th anniversary collection PS5s. Damn, guess I'm cooking Onyx. Onyx, are you serious? I've been having Edge. How do I even get Onyx? If we just come to Canada, can't we buy it? I spent around 5k last year and was just under the qualification for Onyx. Ridiculous. Can you imagine having to spend $6,000 annually and keep spending $6,000 annually to maintain your Onyx membership? And this guy, to be fair to him, he spent $5,000 at Onyx, $5,000, maybe Canadian dollars, US dollars, I don't know, but he still couldn't get Onyx because he was just $1,000 short. This is simply amazing. Can't wait, Kuipershot said. If you hit Onyx status, it should stay for at least 2 to 3 years. Forcing customers to spend $6,000 every year just to maintain Onyx status is a joke. Apologies for that. I had it on my face by accident. But yeah, you have to maintain Onyx status by spending $6,000 a year. This is horrible, all. We get everyone running to Canada. This is what we need to do. We're not going to stand for this sort of scalping. Is GameStop scalping us at this point? Bro, I'm 80 points off. Slide me a link. Laugh my ass off. Go GameStop. GameStop Canada goated. What's Onyx? Like your pro membership? I don't even think the pro membership is that good. Absolute BS. I will be selling my stocks and won't be shopping with this company ever again. Can you just leave Canada, GameStop Canada? Your stores are a mess like a thrift store. Your employees act like they're doing us a favor by being there, every single one. You've given the middle finger to 98% of your Canadian customers with this BS and drama to sell the 30th anniversary stuff since it was open to pre-order on 26th of September. I stopped visiting your stores back in 2015 after too many bad experiences, and from what I hear, nothing has changed. It's still a dump. Luckily, I managed to get the 30th anniversary item somewhere else. Do better. So let's talk about the main issues here, right? Obviously, exclusivity. The drop's not accessible to that average gamer that doesn't spend 6k at GameStop. It's seen as favoring those who can afford to spend significantly more. I am not one of those people. Loyalty program concerns. Critics argue that this incentivizes excessive spending just for the chance of getting a PS5. It's almost like a lottery, right? Imagine if there's someone that really wanted the 30th anniversary that spent $6,000 right now just for a chance of getting to buy this thing. It doesn't sit right with me. Missed opportunity. Instead of celebrating gaming history, it's been perceived as a marketing strategy to sell memberships. So GameStop's basically positioned this as an exclusive reward for their most loyal customers, but does that justify the high barrier of entry? So this whole situation highlights a more broader debate, right? Should gaming promotions prioritize exclusivity or accessibility? Well, GameStop does aim to reward loyalty here. And the US has been the same. GameStop in the US has had situations like this as well. Many, including myself, feel like this approach kind of alienates the community that it should be celebrating, right? On one hand, it's good that the PS5 Pro in Canada at GameStop isn't available for everyone to scalp and buy and sell on eBay. It's for hardcore people. But on the other hand, being a hardcore person, a hardcore gamer, involves spending $6,000 a year at GameStop, only GameStop, to maintain annually, just to maintain that Onyx status. That doesn't sit right with me, man. I mean, there's other ways of verifying if people are scalpers or not. I think, like I said, PS Direct in Japan did the right thing, and they basically had all these requirements. You had to be a PSN member for this amount of time. You had to have had a purchase on your PSN account within this period, to be even eligible to buy this thing. That's what they should have done in the US, and I understand retailers may be using their memberships like Walmart Plus in the US here, basically forcing you to be a Walmart Plus member before buying any of the 30th anniversary stuff, and obviously limiting them to one per person. I think that's the right way to do it. But I think this whole GameStop Onyx program, their membership program, is absolutely ridiculous. $6,000 annual upkeep just to keep this. And then when you spend that much money at GameStop, who does that? If you do it, let me know in the comments. If you do that, then you may or may not have a chance to buy one of the most hotly anticipated and in-demand consoles in the last couple of years. It's nuts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Should GameStop do the same? Would you spend $6,000 at GameStop? Do you already spend $6,000 at GameStop? Or are we all just mad here because we never got a chance to properly buy the 30th anniversary? And are we kind of mad that people are scalping it? And them mishandling the whole pre-order stage is the reason why we can't get it. Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, I'm Blaze2K. If you love PS5, PS5 Pro, tech, gaming, handheld gaming, all that good stuff, consider liking, subscribing, clicking the bell icon. I really appreciate it. It is coming up on the 30th anniversary of the PS1. Let's celebrate it for the PS1. Let's not get upset about these silly antics that retailers are pulling right now. Let's unite and demand PlayStation release 30th anniversary plates for everyone. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. Peace out. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.